Hello guys, welcome to my new channel. My name is Brenda, I'm 28 years old and I'm from Romania, and I'm very glad you decided to click on this video. Opening this channel has been a dream of mine for a very long time. Honestly, it's been years in the making. So you may ask, why now? Because one of the things I want to do this year is to be more courageous and spontaneous and stop being afraid of doing new things that I know will bring me so much joy and happiness. And opening this channel is one of those things. So here we are today. For my first video on this channel, I've decided to do the Booktube Newbie Tag. It consists in a few bookish questions that I will answer so you can get to know a little bit about myself and my book taste in general. So let's jump right into it. The first question is, why did you start this channel? I've always loved Booktube. I consider it my cozy and safe corner of the internet. I thought about making book related videos so many times, but I think I was too anxious and intimidated to follow through. However, as I mentioned before, one of my goals for this year is to do more things that I've always wanted to do but never had the courage for. So today I decided to bite the bullet and start this channel. I can't wait to talk about the books I read and love with people who also enjoy reading and just have fun discussing our favorite books and plots and characters and so much more. And I'm especially excited about this because none of my friends in real life read fiction, so I don't really have anyone to share this passion with. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? Well, I'm not quite sure about unique. I'm as unique as you can get and as everyone else, but I really think we all can bring something different to the table. We all have our own quirks and perspectives and opinions, and I really love interacting with people who see things differently than I do. What are you most excited about this new channel? I'm just excited to meet people who share the same love for books and reading as me, and just connect with you guys and discuss our favorite books and share silly thoughts and just have fun. I'd love to make friends from different parts of the world and interact with people outside of my usual circle, people with different mindsets and points of view and perspectives. And I just hope to build a community where we can have fun, be silly, and just be ourselves. Booktube has been a safe space for me for years, especially when I felt anxious, stressed, or overwhelmed. So I want this channel to be a safe space for people to escape daily life when they need to. Why do you love reading? Mostly I read as a form of escapism. When I'm immersed in a really good book, I am so captivated by it that I tend to forget about whatever is stressing me out or is making me anxious. So reading really helps me to decompress and relax. I also love reading about other cultures and get acquainted with different points of view and learn more about subjects that I'm not so familiar with. And I really enjoy reading about the human condition and learn more about myself and others, and I really think it's fascinating. When did you start reading? I started reading in primary school when I was about 8 or 9 years old. One of my teachers encouraged us to read and discover new stories, and one day she took us to the local library where we made library cards and we borrowed books that we were interested in at that age. I remember that day so fondly. It's really a core memory for me, and I remember loving the library, and I felt so amazed by this new place that I was at. I don't know, being surrounded by all these books felt magical, and I fell in love with reading and books and the smell of books and the quietness of the library. What books or series got you into reading? As a child, I read The Wonderful Wizard of Oz and I absolutely fell in love with it. I borrowed it from my local library, and I remember it was a bind up of the first two novels in the series, and I absolutely devoured it. I fell in love with it. I love the characters, the plot, the adventure, and the magic of it all. That book was the one that truly sparked my love for reading and stories and adventure and magical world. It will always have a special place in my heart, and I will always remember it as the first one that truly ignited my love for reading. Since then, I reread it a couple of years ago, and I truly can say that I still love it so much as the first day that I read it. What kinds of books do you like to read? I read almost every genre. Honestly, I'll read anything if it has an interesting premise. But if I had to pick some favorites at the moment, they would be literary fiction, fantasy, romance, and thrillers. So basically anything. You can really tell I am a decisive person. Jokes aside, I really love dipping my toes into different genres because I like to be immersed in different kinds of stories. I like discovering different cultures and perspectives, but I also love getting immersed in a fantasy world or giggle at a cute romance books. What are your favorite books of all time? On the top of my head, some of my favorites are Anxious People by Frederick Backman, The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I also love 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. It's one of my favorite classics. I also very much enjoyed Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes. I think it's a modern classic and I recommend it to everyone. Last year, I read The Invisible Life of Eddie LaRue and I loved it so much. It has a special place in my heart. I also really loved My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. If you have any recommendations based on the books that I mentioned, please leave a comment below because I am always on the hunt for a new favorite book. So I'm very curious to see yours. What challenges do you think will be the hardest to overcome? One of the biggest challenges will be expressing my thoughts and myself in a clear and concise way since English is not my first language and I worry that I won't be able to convey exactly what I want to say. But I also see this as a great opportunity to practice speaking English more often and get connected with people who are fluent and just improve over time. I'm also quite shy and introverted, so putting myself out there and start speaking to new people and strangers can be a little bit overwhelming and difficult for me. And I really hope this channel will help me become more social and friendly and more outgoing and hold me accountable on it. And last question, where do you read? I mostly read in my room, in my bed, as a way to decompress after a long day of work. But when I lived at my parents' house, I loved reading in the backyard. I loved staying in the sun or under a tree or in a hammock and just relax with a good book. Now that I moved in the city, I like to go outside in a park or near the river when the weather is nice. And I really love touching some grass and reconnect with nature while reading because I think it makes the experience even better. If you enjoyed this video and resonated with me, please consider subscribing to my new channel, leave a like and a comment below, and you can also follow me on my other social media that I will link in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I have so many fun ideas that I can't wait to share with you, so stay tuned for new upcoming videos and I will see you very soon. Goodbye!